I'm about to tell you a story that will blow the mind of any parent whose child is under 5 years old.
You're watching out for Daddy. Hey, that's my dad!
Hey there, welcome to Aphrodaddy. So if your child is less than 5 years old, prepare to be amazed. When I need to take my boys anywhere and we have to get into the car, I have to unlock the car, I get into the driver's seat, my boys get in, they clip themselves in, and we go. It takes 15 seconds to get into the car. Now any parent of young kids is going, how? What is that like? What is that life like? How do you just go anywhere without having to clip in a whole car seat and do a whole seatbelt thing and then fight with the kid because the kid doesn't want to be strapped in, and then you have another child who might be a bit older but younger and you have to go around the car and do the whole thing again that side, and then oh my word, I forgot to put the pram in the boot. I have to put the pram in the boot, and where's the baby bag? Where's the baby bag with all of the stuff and the bottles and the nappies? Do I have everything? Oh, I forgot my wallet, all the stuff. And now if I have to run it back inside the house, is it okay for me to leave my kids in the car? No, it's not okay. So I have to take everything out of the car, including the children, and start the whole process again. That is what life is like for parents with young kids. So yeah, it is amazing when you get to a certain point and your children no longer need your help to be strapped into the car. It is a very freeing day when that happens. I was actually reminded about this a few days ago when a friend of mine came to visit. He has 2 young children, a new baby and a toddler. And we were just talking about how difficult the early period is with 2 young kids. By the way, my friend's name is Dayne Williams. He's a fantastic educational psychologist. So if you're in Cape Town and you and your family and your children maybe need some support when it comes to the education stuff, he's the guy to call. I'll put his details in the description below. Anyway, his kids have about the same age gap as my children do, except they're like 5 years further back down the road from when we are. The great thing for me about that whole conversation was that I was able to look back at how far we've come and able to go, wow, these things that were so difficult and tiring and so time consuming are now all behind me. Like, I don't need to worry about a whole bunch of those things ever again. For instance, if my boys want some fruit for a snack, they don't come to me and bother me to get that. They know where the fruit is. They can go get it themselves and they can eat it themselves. I don't have to be part of that process, which seems like a small thing, but it's all of those small things that make the early years of parenting really difficult, right? Or at night when they wake up and they need to go to the toilet. They're not screaming for mom or dad to come and help them go to the bathroom. They just wake themselves up and go to the bathroom and go back to bed. I am not woken up in that process. That is amazing. So that conversation was great for me because I can kind of feel good about my current family situation because I can remember that we've come from much more tough times. It wasn't so great for my friend though, because he's currently in those tough times, right? Like he's currently dealing with all the things I just described and so much more he is having to go through on a daily basis as a parent to young kids. So as the conversation is kind of unfolding, I realized that the way that I can help him and support him, other than just to, hold his kid for a bit so he can have a free arm moment, is to remind him that this period is just a moment. It doesn't last forever. Because I remember being in those really tough times and feeling like this is what my life was going to be like. I was going to be a poop cleaner, a food getter, a seatbelt strapper. I felt like that was going to be the sum total of my life, and it was incredibly depressing and filled me with lots of anxiety. So the conversation changed. Yes, it's tough. Yes, you have every right to complain, and as my friend, you're allowed to come at me and moan at me and tell me about how difficult your life is, and I will take it on. But just remember, it doesn't last forever. Now, it does last for a long time. Let's not lie. Like 3 to 4 to 5 years of this kind of life is a very long period to do anything that difficult. So we're not saying it's not hard, but it's not forever. And look, he said it was helpful to hear that. It kind of helped him recontextualize where he's at right now in his parenting journey. And I'm hoping that would do the same for you. So if you're a young parent and you're going through that really hard grappling time, I'm hoping that this kind of message will be good for you. And like I said before, it's not making your life easier. It's not telling you that you must love it and enjoy it and, the days are long but the years are short, whatever that is. I'm not saying any of that stuff. It is hard. Let's just accept that, and let's not sugarcoat how hard the first years of parenting are. And look, those pressures give way to other pressures. As your kids grows up, you have to deal with school and homework and all the big emotions that come as kids grow. So yeah, the parenting's always hard, but the hard changes. And I think ultimately some people are better at dealing with the different kinds of hard. I know that I'm better at dealing with the hard that comes with parenting a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old than I am dealing with a 5, 6, 7, 8-month-old. So I'm kind of in my sweet spot right now. And hey, maybe you have older kids now. I would love for you to take this video and share it with someone who does have younger kids, who you know might be struggling with this very same issue at the moment. Send it to them and say, hey, hope this kind of takes the edge off just for today. And then offer more support other than just sharing this video. But sharing the video is the first step. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will catch you soon. Aphrodite out.
You're watching Aphrodite. Hey, that's my dad.